Good morning. I'm out and about again, but this time slightly different. I'm here at the KeighleyAndWorthValleyRailway to visit all the stations along the line. So the station here at Oxenhope opened in 1867 by the Midland Railway and closed in 1961 as part of the beaching cuts when the branch line from Keighley closed. The station itself stopped being manned in the 1950s and then reopened as the southern terminus of the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway when preservation kicked in. It's now the base of the carriage works on the line. The carriage works here just to my right. There's a tea room here in an old BR Mark 1 coach, toilets, shop, ticket office, all currently manned. And there's some tree trimming going off as well, which is the chainsaw in the background. And this is the shed at Oxenhope station. It's where a number of the locomotives are stored on static display, some pending overhaul and return to service. Some of them are looking in quite good condition. I'm guessing, such as this, be our standard boiler tickets expired. Some of these, it's a few years since they last ran in service. Got the ginty here right down at the bottom. Down this side we've got LMS 8F. I can't remember ever seeing this in steam. Then a few coaches belonging to the Lancashire and Yorkshire Trust. Not sure I've ever seen these actually in service here. I've always been in the shed undercover. Maybe not the coaches, but hopefully someday see the locomotives that are stored in here back out on the line in steam. Certainly the Standard and the Ginty would be popular locomotives on a branch line such as this. And here at the end, posters, the history of the Keighley and Worth Valley, how it moved into preservation. I'm here now outside Haworth station. Haworth probably more famous for the Brontes rather than the steam railway. But I'm not going to walk up to the Bronte parsonage today. Instead I'm going to have a walk round and have a look on the shed. In the yard here is a pay and display car park jointly run by the railway and the local council. Sheds appear to be all closed up today. On weekends and galas quite often you can get shed tours. I think this is a class 101 DMU looking in rather a sorry state. Looks as though it's been moved into a position ready to go into the shed. If you want to visit the Bronte parsonage, it's up and over the railway line towards the centre of the village at the top of the hill. And down here at the other end of the yard, got no 8, looks like class 14, class 37. Nothing up and running though at the moment in the yard. And the shed doors there open, just about make out a saddle tank. It's a bit dark so it's not easy. The 018 EWS livery, one of I think it was 3 that were reduced height for working in Wales. Number 85 at Taff Valley Railway. Tank engine. And behind here, Bahamas. There appears to be a tour taking place at the moment around the sheds. I've been on one myself before, but not today. Tucked away just inside the shed there. They are standard too. Down the back there is another VR standard. And this is Oakworth station, made famous for the filming of The Railway Children. Like the other stations on the line, closed to all traffic 1st of January 1962. Originally, it was the goods shed. I will walk through in a moment. There's the goods office. Traditional outside toilets for the gents. And the much renovated station building. The old goods office with weighbridge. Quite often on galas in summer they serve teas, coffees, light refreshments here. They open a couple of the wagons as well for sheltered seating. Traditional goods crane outside the goods shed. And just to the north of the goods shed, sidings with a number of wagons, old railway sleepers and infrastructure. Back in British Railways days, just north of here, was a passing loop which was removed in the late 1950s to reduce costs and with the decline in traffic on the line. Today, just a bit further down the line, passing loop's been installed and a new signal box just before Damens. And while there's nobody about, the original gents toilets, which is literally just the wall. tram here at Damens. It's a request stop on the line. It's the smallest station on the line with a signal box and shelter and nothing much else. The old station house. And that it is for Damens. Another station on the line though that has been used in film and television. So the signalman's putting the request stop out. Here at Ingrow West we have the Learning Coach, which is an exhibition about the history of the line. It's classed the rail story, history of steam locomotive, the LMS, what life was like at Ingrow West, what it was like for passengers and employees. Here at Ingrow West, that opened in 1867, like the rest of the line, we have the Learning Coach and two museums, one in the engine shed and one in the old carriage works. And I'm going to have a walk down and have a look at those before I have my next train. The station building here at Ingrow West is not the original one. When preservation started on this site, it was found that the existing station building was no longer fit for use and had to be demolished. The current one is actually from Lancashire, not Yorkshire, and it's from a station, I think it's Foolage, and was moved here stone by stone and rebuilt, and is now a little bit of Lancashire preserved in Yorkshire. And I've come through the station building into where the goods yards were, and I'm going to walk down here now to the engine shed. The engine shed, as it's called, was actually the goods shed. Trains would have come in through the large doors there, and there would have been a crane inside to handle the large goods coming in. In the 1990s, it was changed to house the museum for the Bahamas Locomotive Society, and it continues to be a museum to this day.
Shall I fill up the tray?
Walking down the yard now from the engine shed down to the carriage works. This is the carriage works, part of the Vintage Carriage Trust, and it's more of a museum these days rather than carriage works. Carriage works currently undergoing a refurbishment. Looks like they're going to be moving quite a lot around. There's quite a few children as well, so I'm not going to be filming much in here today. And just outside the carriage works we've got a map of the current Ingrow West station. So I've made it to the end of the line here at Keighley, the junction to the main line. Worth Valley, majority of the services here depart from platform 4. Platform 3, the second platform, owned by the KWVR I. Sees limited services on gala weekends. Signal box actually originally from Shipley, and the turntable from Garsdale on the Settling Carlisle Railway. Moved here so that Keighley and Worth Valley could turn steam locos on the line. Quite often at galas it's used as a exhibition. They'll turn a number of the locomotives during the gala weekend. The old water tower here at the end of platform 4 has recently been turned into a visitor centre, so they can have exhibits. At the moment seems to be some repairs being done to the canopy. The waiting room just down there. Been used quite recently in the TV series All Creatures Great and Small. Looks like the glass panelling's all been replaced.
The next train is at 10:30. So we've got 20 minutes. Right, enough now.
This one, yeah.
Careful.
And here in the waiting room, got a map of the Keighley station as it was in 1962 when the branch here closed.